Okay, so I may have happened on you. Somehow, slightly at least, in the dumbest way possible. Ginny Thomas's obsession with me. Now check this out, and this is why it's going to be very stupid and probably piss all of you off in a minute. In the 1980s, while a congressional aide, Thomas took, this is Ginny, training with a self-awareness program called Lifestream. In 1987, she told the Washington Post that during her training several years, she had been confused and troubled by lessons such as one where trainees were told to disrobe to bikinis and bathing suits and then made fun of fat people's bodies and ridiculed one another with sexual questions. So, not okay. So far, deserves actual sympathy. After realizing that membership in her Lifestream group was separating her from her family, friends, and coworkers, Thomas said she began what proved to be a difficult months-long process of breaking away. At one point, she hid in another part of the U.S. to avoid constant barrage of high-pressure phone calls from Lifestream members who felt they had a duty to keep her in the organization. Again, so far, not on worth having sympathy for. Thomas came to believe that Lifestream was a cult, and after leaving the group in 1985, she sought counseling and joined the Cult Awareness Network. She became a critic in controversial religious groups, a critic of controversial religious groups, speaking on panels and organizations' anti-cult workshops for congressional staffers in 1986 and 1988. In a 1991 interview, Thomas remarked, "I was once in a group that used mind control techniques, and she called its members pretty scary people." All right, so, like, that's fine. I mean, it's not okay. It's not okay. But, like, that's what happened to her. That said, Ginny Thomas. This show's for entertainment. Ginny Thomas. And in point of fact, you started harassing me as Ginny Thomas, being anti-cult, for 2 years before I started this show. 2 years. So, Ginny Thomas, you have no excuse for pushing words out of my mouth when I'm saying welcome to the cult, just because Ginny Thomas wants to make everyone who says the word cult look like a bad guy, just because they say the word cult. Ginny Thomas, you got no excuse. Ginny Thomas, you have no excuse for pushing words out of someone else's mouth to make them look bad just because you want to feel like you're strong and messing with someone who isn't even making a cult by trying to harass them for being on YouTube and saying that word. That's all. You literally drove me onto YouTube so you could harass me as a false anti-cult activist. There's no justification for that, Ginny Thomas. Being anti-cult because of your life? Yeah, I get that. Harassing me until I start a YouTube channel where I say welcome to the cult? That ain't funny. That ain't cute. And that sure as everything, sure as Kita, ain't Adi Sampradaya Akara. That isn't anti-cult behavior. That's just being a stupid, vindictive idiot who's being vindictive for the wrong reason. So, anti-cult, Ginny Thomas. Ginny Lamp Thomas. What's your excuse for getting me fired from my job at Circle K based in you, Ginny Thomas, being anti-cult because you were so desperate for me to start this YouTube channel? How does being anti-cult translate in any way to harassing someone out of their job until they start a YouTube channel for entertainment where they open it with saying welcome to the cult? How does that translate? Because I don't think it does. I've Ginny Thomas, date of birth 2/23/1957. How does being anti-cult mean forcing someone out of their job until they start one? Because that doesn't work, yet that's still what happened. Oh. I see. Well then, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.